comes to planning for your future, the advice is pretty simple. Sooner is better than later. Our expert in elder law and estate planning, David Carrier, is here with us today. A few thoughts on what can be a very complicated process. What I love about you, David, you've got great information, and in the complexity of all, you boil it down in a way that we all can understand.
Well, we do try to keep it simple.
That's right.
Yeah. You know, the one of the things we deal with a lot of families who are in the long-term care. And before we explain all the Smurfs and whatnot, I wasn't here last year, snowstorm on the East Coast, didn't get back. So we missed out on our Valentine Visitor Program. This is a thing we do every few months. We have another one coming up, the Flowers for the 4th.
Okay.
Right? So we go out and we visit our families who are in long-term care. And we bring them flowers and what have you, just sort of to remember. And this is this was some of the setup from the Valentine Visitor Program we had going at the office. We brought out about 90 bouquets we delivered. That's Ashley there, feeding them, because you get them a few days in advance.
Right,
we had so
you have
many,
to take care of them.
That's right.
Well, I love that about you, David, because I have had the opportunity to work with you for the last couple of years, and truly, the people who you help plan for, they become almost like an extension of your own family in the office.
That's exactly right.
And that's why I think that you go to these extraordinary measures to make sure they feel remembered at these times of the year.
Well, it's very easy, it's very easy to say that someone who's in a long-term care situation, nursing home, what have you, well, they don't appreciate it, they can't tell the difference. Believe me, when you deliver them flowers and they can see it and smell it and touch it, it makes a big difference. I don't care who you are.
Right, they do appreciate it, they do remember, and it does make a difference. Right. Okay, so you have this great program that goes on where you help people who've already made that next step and transition into nursing home or long-term care facilities. But for those of us who may be looking at that in the future, you want to make sure we're prepared.
Correct. Now, here's the deal. About a month ago, I read an article that said that there are 3 responses to disasters. And they studied the Titanic and the Twin Towers, 9/11, and all kinds of other ships sinking, buildings burning. And what they discovered was that people responded in one of 3 ways. The first way, about 80% of the folks, those would be the Smurfs over here, right? Ignore it.
Okay.
3/4 of the people on the Titanic went back to the stateroom and waited for tea.
Okay.
Okay. I mean, the thing's going down, and it's like, well, give me another round, bartender. 10% of the people are the fairy princes and princesses here. They get in the way.
Okay.
Oh, don't worry about that, dragon. It's not such a problem.
Okay.
Okay. But 10% of the people respond effectively, and that's the superhero.
The superheroes.
Yeah. You
go
see,
out there.
These guys. It's a little bit late for Smurfette there and Lawyer Smurf over here, but the question is, who are you going to be? Are you going to be one of the 80%, which is where we all start. Let's be clear about it.
Well, in living in denial, I would have to think it's a great temptation because there's almost this short-term peace of mind that goes along with it. But in the long term, you really have missed the opportunity to plan for what you need to do to be ready.
Yeah. One of the things my father said to me, this is one of the reasons it resonates so strongly, when we were doing the Medicaid for my mom, right? His thing, which he kept saying was, David, I'm just putting one foot in front of the other. Every day is one foot in front of the other. And what that meant was another check, sell another thing, do another thing. And fortunately, I mean, for him, I mean, he had my sister, my 3 sisters, all chimed in, all helped out. We know how to do it. But most people confronted with long-term care, what do? They just keep putting one foot in front of the other till they're off the cliff. One of the reasons we do these life plan workshops every single week is because it's a good opportunity, it's an easy opportunity to start making a difference.
Yeah, sooner is better than later.
Sooner is better than later.
But it's never too late to start making the plan.
Never is too late. It's your choice. Are you going to be a Smurf or a superhero?
Yeah.
Your choice.
We think about doing those college plans when our kids are born, but this is almost sort of like that next step for adults. You have to plan for the future.
Exactly right. And it's about you, it's about your spouse. One of our slogans, of course, screw the kids, right? If you focus on the kids, you'll die broke.
Right.
If you focus on yourself and you recognize what the real threats are, you'll do fine.
Yeah, and you want to protect those assets that you've worked a lifetime to accumulate so that your kids, your heirs, can have something.
Right. Well, screw the kids is only our first step. The second step is delivering the leftovers. And if you plan ahead, there always are leftovers. It
exactly.
does work, but you have to, first things first, and you have to take action.
Right, and
don't be a fairy princess.
And don't be a Smurf, for
Don't
sure.
be a Smurf.
Don't be a Smurf or a fairy princess. And we know you have these great life plan workshops coming up. In fact, you've got 2 this month, including some on St. Patrick's Day.
St. Patrick's Day, that's right.
on.
Oh, hey, and well, you know, we every single week the good Lord brings, and twice on holidays. So we did our Black Friday workshop, and we did our New Year's Eve workshop, and now we've got a doubleheader on St. Patrick's Day, and we've already got the surprise prizes lined up.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, usually I wait till the night before, so
Okay.
it's a surprise to me too.
Yes,
but
exactly. But
this time, I'm not telling.
oh, I
you.
was gonna say,
I'm not gonna.
I thought maybe you were going to spill the
Be a
beans
surprise
here.
prize.
I do have to ask you, it seems like with all the insurance laws changing and everything changing, that people who may already think they're all set still may want to come in to revisit what their plan already is, because things have really just changed on such a huge level.
That's for sure. You know, one of the promises we make in the workshop is you'll learn stuff you don't already know. And at the end of it, we ask, did you learn stuff all the hands
yeah.
go up. So even if you think, yeah, I'm all set, I've got this in place, no problem, come to a workshop. We do have the cookies. There is coffee available. You know, you won't be disappointed.
And the nice thing about the way the workshops work is that basically it's an interactive opportunity for people to sit down. It's not you're really talking at people, it's that engagement, that
Very
interaction.
interactive. And, you know, in fact, the one criticism that I've gotten, it's very rare, but I do get it from time to time.
I'm surprised.
Is, well, I know, really. they were expecting more of a lecture. You know, it's like, well, I didn't expect there to be so much interaction.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to be able to take notes here, you know, and just kind of be here. And, you know,
Yeah, it's great
takes all kinds to make a
information.
world.
It is a great way to plan ahead. And you know, once you've made that plan for the future so that you know that the green monster isn't coming after all your great stuff, you can go back to life as a Smurf.
Yes.
Or a fairy princess.
Well, you know, one of the reasons it's with us, it's always a free phone call. It's always a free visit. And the reason we do that is because if we charged for it, then people wouldn't come in.
Right.
And if you don't come in, then how do you know? You know, your life has changed, and yet we don't know if things are going on right or wrong. So come on in. And that's the thing. We've got relationships, 24-year relationships with some of our families right on through, simply because that's our commitment to the
Right.
families that we serve.
And
We're here for you.
That's right. And again, make sure that you call and reserve your spot. They're free. The workshops go on every week of the year. However, you do want to make sure that you reserve a spot.
That's correct. You got to do that.
All right, 616-361-8400. Thanks, David.
Thank you, Terry.
So which one do I want to be? I think I want to be the princess behind Superman. Stay right there. More of EightWest when we come back.
That must be Bill.